Dear Chairman, dear colleagues, dear participants, first of all, I want to thank to the Minister of Higher Education and to our friend, to Dr. Salmi. We all were educated in the last century, but we are dealing with people of this century, with youngsters of this century. So it makes a real difference. And the world is really rapidly changing. Not only the businessmen, the business sector change their courses for sustainable development strategies. Universities have also faced to need change. And we have to come out beyond our high walls directly into the community, and the universities has to be part of the community as well. The Istanbul University is the oldest institution, higher education institution in the country, and served as the only university nearly 500 years. And Istanbul University had always the mission to practice best examples in all fields. So community engagement became also its tradition. For example, in the history, during the War of Independence, a whole class of Istanbul Faculty of Medicine registered to the army in 1919 to resist against the imperial invasion of the Ottoman land, and all students were martyred. So after 2 years, no medical doctors could be graduated from Istanbul University. This is an example, an unfortunate example from the history. And today, we are trying to serve community engagement for our inner community and also for the civil community outside of the university. And our main goal is lifelong sharing and caring. Because in this world, nobody can do anything alone. We have to share. We have to collaborate. This is the magic word, collaboration. We have to collaborate also in our institutions. So out of our institutions, not only national, also international. And to fulfill this mission, we established some new faculties and centers, especially in the last 4 years. I want to mention everyone, but for example, in our continuous education center, we have some sponsored programs for our students. And for example, another example is the Voice Library, established for visually disabled. And in this library, volunteering students and also staff are recording texts, and so the handicapped students can afterward hear and learn from these texts. For example, every day we are sending our food leftovers to the animal shelters, and also we established cat and bird houses in different campuses of our university. Because we are trying to change our climate, our institutional culture, to share, and to share with others. For example, our Children's University and Young Academy serves pre-university young generations to endear science to them. And Career Center established bridges between our inner community and alumni, so with businessmen and companies. And our Emeritus Center established bridges between our youngsters and retired academics. And our medical interns runs health screening for local peoples, and they are educating, for example, cancer patients, children with cancer, during their hospital observation time. And also, Istanbul University, okay, we have a search and rescue team with students, academicians, and staff, and we are serving in natural disasters, in earthquakes worldwide. It was a good example in a city in east part of Turkey. We had in 2011 a big earthquake, Richter 7.2. We looked all our students. We have about 90,000 students in our university. We looked all the papers. We found out all the students, their families are in Van, and to all of them, 1 year we gave extra scholarship, extra food, and extra administration. That was a good example for the community engagement, I think. Another one, we are looking for our cultural heritage. Our main campus is directly in the old city of Istanbul. So, for example, we collaborate with Istanbul's special provincial administration to renovate historical Ottoman houses around our main campus to preserve Istanbul's cultural heritage. You are all invited to see this restoration program. And also, we have more than 20 collections in our university, in different branches. And we are trying to register every collection officially to open them to the public as real museums, as accredited museums. And for example, this is an example for research for society. Our students produced solar and hydrogen cars for being good partners of green energy, and they gained many races with these cars. We have also some cross-border social responsibility projects. Two of them are the Berlin East and the Macedon East project. Berlin East, a project for vocational education of unemployed young Turkish German citizens in Germany. There are more than 130,000 students in Germany. They haven't any employment. And the Macedon East project is to establish collaborative technoparks in Macedonia and working together with Balkan states for different problems of the Balkan countries. And I'm trying also to be a good model for our inner community especially. And in my holidays, I am going with the doctors worldwide to some countries to help children to operate them, because I'm a pediatric urologist and I want to show to our staff and students, we have to share our everything with others. Thank you.
Theoretical, that their students are supposed to be productive citizens as opposed to graduates. In other words, that there was relatively recently
self-interest oriented normally, right? We do not blame them.
If we have an organizational management program pre-planned for a social well-being project, then we can call it an active social project. All the others, what we are doing in the universities as our main missions, are maybe passive social responsibilities. That is important to differ between some terms, I think. And every step in universities are having to plan for the benefits of the society. Every step. We have to change our cultures in this direction because we need this as universities. If an oil company take any project and make any project for the social responsibility, they can talk to everybody, and they can talk in every TV, and they can get it broader and broader to other peoples. But we as universities, we cannot be so informative as the companies. So we have to do much more than the companies to be really within the community. Thank you. Models and some role models to the students and to the staff as well, to change this society-based, not economic-oriented university, but social responsible university climate. Organizationally, in Istanbul University, we established a center for special, only for social responsibility projects, which is directly responsible to me, to the rector. And in every faculty, now they are establishing new groups for being a big organization in the university only for social responsibility projects.
Some kind of movement for intellectual people. I think that's the
social responsibility project. How we can differ in our actions, in our activities, which is social responsible, the other one is not enough social responsible. Did you ask yourself this question? Because education is a social responsibility. Research is done for people, for human beings. Searching for truth is a main mission of the university. It's also for the human beings. What do you think about this?
who are more responsible than they otherwise would be, but the institution as a whole is more responsible than other comparably sized institutions in society. But I don't...
Professors are very important elements. As the president of Istanbul University said,
for your very insightful questions and comments.